Hello, Intactivists! In the news this week, we have Foregen, the Darbon Institute, Ron Lau may be in hot water with his music tour, Forefront, Intact Again podcast, and much more coming up. In POTS news, we have lots and really big POTS news. The POTS e-commerce program and CareBuzz was super successful this month. POTS raised over $1,500 in a month. Guys, the POTS e-commerce program and CareBuzz is working. We are providing a way to fund Intactivism for free. Now, I'm going to match all of this, making the total over $3,000, which, if you add the previous donated amount on our coffee for the ad campaign, that was about $1,000. So we will be using $4,000 plus for the ad campaign. And we are using all of these funds towards the ad campaign that educate that circumcision is harmful. We are not playing BS e-begging for donation games. Also, circumcision law reform is teaming up with Prevail over the system. I'm not going to reveal everything here, but we will release a video that explains the plan and how you guys can help make this super successful. You can start right now by following us on X and Facebook. And if you guys want to help for free, join our Discord. Either way, we are going to have an amazing team backing us up. I am calling my shot now, saying that we are going to do better than legacy Intactivism. Infant circumcision should have ended yesterday. This VTuber with people around that have sense will be able to accomplish this. At least decrease it by a lot. Speaking of legacy Intactivism failing, the video special was about Dan Bollinger, and you would think he would be able to muster up a comment about why he thinks my ideas for Intact America is bad, but oh, look at that. He's silent on it. He did not reply to us at all. Definitely go ahead and watch this video if you missed it. It explains everything. This is just the tip of the iceberg with problems with legacy Intactivism. The video is why does Dan Bollinger think this is a bad idea? This past Saturday, Jason had his final part 2 interview released on POTS. He talked about if you should forgive your parents for circumcising you or not. It is a very important conversation Intactivists should have. So let me know what you guys think by commenting below that video. Also, I do read everyone's comment and I try to reply to them if I can. We have awesome supporters because they are allowing me to run another Prevail over the system matching, up to 7x match. So how this works is that the POTS e-commerce will get 2x match plus a 6x bonus on top. So eBay will be getting matched 7x, CareBuzz will be getting matched 6x, and Amazon, which I know a lot of people love Amazon, and a lot of non-Intactivists that support POTS love going through that to help POTS, but that is going to be at 2x. That is the bulk of where our money comes from when it comes to funding Intactivism for free. Now, with that said though, if you do shop eBay, it is getting 7x matched, which is pretty big. And also, I do know that the Intactivists love to support POTS through CareBuzz. That's probably because it's international, so anyone can go ahead and do it around the world, and it's really picking up steam. But you can definitely go ahead and check this out. Essentially, it's what I told you guys already. If you do have questions about it, definitely join our Discord. The link is attached right up here. You can just click it. It'll also be in my link tree as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out our CareBuzz because it is the first Tuesday of the month. So our CareBuzz, like I said, is doing really good. I'm recording this at like midnight right now, and we have 6 active people. We had 9 active people earlier today, and we're at $72.56 of our $300 goal. So that's almost 25% of our goal. We are really picking up on the POTS CareBuzz. So it's really easy to start donating in 3 steps. It's download CareBuzz, choose an initiative. You'll just use this code right here, so for website 1, and then you just keep the app running. And then that's it. I mean, you can share the initiative if you want, but however, you really don't need to. You can just, like I said, you can just go ahead and do this, and it really, really does help POTS, especially because it's getting 6x matched. So It is a fantastic time. If you don't have a lot of money, or if you want to help POTS even more with things like the ad campaign and just being able to communicate with the intactivist public and let you guys know what's going on and run interviews and provide in-depth research into intactivist groups, definitely go ahead and do CareBuzz. And yeah, it's super easy, like I said, and it doesn't slow up my internet at all, and I do it. So, but thank you guys for going ahead and supporting POTS through CareBuzz and the e-commerce program. It's really awesome that you guys are doing that. All right, and the last of the POTS news is that we did have our OnlyPans meeting on Sunday, and it was very exciting and eventful. We have a lot of ideas, a lot of plans that will slowly start to roll out. Pretty exciting things for sure. And if you want to be a part of the POTS's Pans, as well as help us plan and to pitch ideas, feel free to join the Pans. It's only a $6 donation or tip to become a Pan member for life. You just go to our coffee and donate it, and then just make sure it matches up with your Discord tag, and we'll go ahead and give you the Pans role. All right, and in the Darbon Institute news, so Max Roberts actually reached out to us recently, and he said that the Darbon Institute has maintained 2 websites of the late Robert Darby, author of many books and papers on circumcision/value of foreskin. The websites are www.historyofcircumcision.com and www.circinfo.org. Over the last few months, we have been transferring the contents from these 2 sites across to the Darbon Institute website under the Resource tab, and then Archives. The domains of Robert Darby's 2 sites will not be renewed when they fall due in the next month or so, as many intactivists have resourced these 2 sites from time to time. So yeah, so there you guys go. The Robert Darby's websites are shutting down. They're going to be in the Darbon Institute's website under Resources. So if you just go right here to the Darbon Institute, go to Resources, go to Archives. So right here it says, this archive preserves contents written and curated by the late medical historian Robert Darby, previously housed on his personal websites. Upon his passing, Darby provided the Darbon Institute with his collection of valuable circumcision resources. We are grateful he has entrusted us with ensuring this archive's posterity, and we are sure that Darby's legacy will likewise be preserved for many years to come. Learn more about Robert Darby is right there. And yeah, this is quite a lot right here. So definitely lots of resources if you guys want to go through it. And in Intact Again podcast news. So the Intact Again podcast, they released a brand new podcast. When painful erections happened in puberty, Inu's friends helped him restore his foreskin. So if you guys want to go ahead and watch that, you definitely can. This was released 2 days ago. And in Ron Lau news. So Ron Lau went to the Fringe karaoke bar and he sung Creep/Slink, and it was unexpected that the DJ was not super pleased with him changing the lyrics of the song for the karaoke. Now, if you go ahead and listen, you'll actually hear Ron Lau tell you this.
They'll never have me back now because she literally told me to stop.
Okay, yeah, that was Ron Lau saying that she'll probably never have him back because she told him to stop. And that's kind of a shame, but he definitely made an impression, I am sure. Those are the lyrics on his description right there. Once again, guys, definitely don't forget to go ahead and make a comment and like his videos. And oh, thank you guys once again for liking and commenting down below this video. I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, so Ron Lau's Fringe karaoke tour may be stopping abruptly. I'm not sure. Hopefully I'll get more news on this as it comes through next week. Okay, and in Foregen news. We have quite a bit of Foregen news. There's been 2 posts recently. So Dr. Jose Vega's histology study, they talked about his findings, essentially. I'm not going to read this whole thing to you. It's quite a bit, but I will read what it means and what this is like the key takeaways of this whole article. It says, these findings carry several implications. Natural changes in sensation The research underscores that the sensory capabilities of foreskin are not fixed. Instead, they experience natural age-dependent changes. This progression aligns with the typical aging process observed in the peripheral somatosensory nervous system. And then understanding the role of foreskin by providing detailed data on the density and distribution of sensory nerves across various age groups. This research contributes valuable scientific context to discussions surrounding the sensory importance of the foreskin. It emphatically highlights that the foreskin is a richly innervated structure. And then informing regenerative medicine. To truly achieve functional foreskin regeneration, our efforts must achieve robust reinnervation. This research offers an informative roadmap, meticulously detailing the specific types, locations, and densities of the nerves that will need to be reestablished for comprehensive sensory restoration. We are grateful for your support for this important research. Okay, so essentially that's the main takeaway. And in case you were wondering, yes, Foregen, once again, they did say that they used the skin of 4-month-old subjects. So the Foregen people know about this. Like the Foregen supporters, they know that they have analyzed foreskin samples from individuals ranging from 4 months to 61 years of age. Foregen is not shying away from this fact. They're actually putting it out there for everyone to see. And most intactivists don't seem to care. Now, the reason why I say that is because of their next blog post. Their August 3rd, 2025 updates from our labs and matching campaign success. This was published 2 days ago. So it says Dr. Zarion's preclinical research progress. So milestone 2 is completed. The decellularization, super awesome that they can decellularize the foreskin samples. Recellularization progress on track. So it says that the team is actively engaged in full testing of recellularization protocols on the samples utilizing fibroblasts and mesenchymal stem cells, MSCS. Data from this phase are expected within the coming weeks. So that's awesome. Strategic study report development. Work has begun on a comprehensive study report designed for submission to regulatory agencies like the EMA. This proactive approach is vital for continuously evaluating and refining protocols and helping ensure all the necessary data is meticulously prepared for future approvals. I like how they said EMA, like we're supposed to know what that means. I don't know what EMA means. But anyways, biomechanical analysis underway. Biomechanical analysis of the foreskin samples is being conducted with Jean overseeing the collecting of this important data. This is Jean working in the laboratory. Okay, so the 25K July matching campaign is a success. They actually surpassed their 25K goal, raising $27,167. With the dollar-to-dollar match, he added an extra 25K, which is $52,167 raised in total. So that's really awesome for Foregen. And they have the upcoming research updates video series. So it says, to provide you with even more insight into our work, we are excited to announce plans for an upcoming lab tour video series from our research facilities in Slovakia. So super awesome if you want to go ahead and have Foregen walk you around a facility where they talk about things that you're probably not going to be able to understand because you guys aren't scientists and they're probably going to use pretty big words with you. So, or they're just going to show you around and you're going to look at things being like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, cool. And not much is going to be said. But either way, I don't know. If you guys get excited for Foregen updates, they will give you insights on their research facilities. Okay, so if we go ahead and talk about Foregen's donations. So they raised $52,167 in the August news report. This brings their total up to $2,375,963, which brings their total up for the year well over $174,000, almost 175K. So that's super awesome for Foregen. They're once again still on track to make about 300K this year. They were falling a little bit behind, but now they're going to pretty much make what they made the past 3 years, you know, through 2023 through 2025, which is about 300,000, well, $200,000 to $300,000. And that's what I'm saying, though. They raised 52K. From their donors, they actually raised $27,167. So either Intactivists just don't care that Foregen went ahead and used neonatal tissue of 4-month-year-olds, 5-year-olds, and down to minor tissues that were collected against their will from unconsenting children. Intactivists apparently don't care, or a lot of intactivists pulled out and they stopped donating to Foregen. However, the intactivists left over had to go ahead and spend more to make this matching campaign X'd out. I'm not really sure which is which and what happened, but I'm sure we'll see in next month how much the fundraising actually drops for Foregen. If it stays between the 15 to 20k range, then there's probably not a big change with the intactivists that dropped off from the news of Foregen using tissues from minors. All right, and in general intactivism news, National Secular Society calls for action on circumcision in men's health strategy. Boys should be protected from medically unnecessary genital cutting, NSS tells government. So this is super awesome that NSS is on the side of intactivists. They are campaigning to protect all children from ritual genital cutting. So super awesome stuff here. You guys can go ahead and read all this stuff. They do bring up good points, like there is no legal requirement for circumcisers to be medically trained or to have proven expertise. The NSS has cited recent convictions of 2 people that have endangered the lives of children. And they talk about how religious groups openly perform unanesthetized circumcisions and that it violates bodily autonomy. Lots of good things in this article. If you guys want to go ahead and read it, you guys definitely can. But yeah, so it's very awesome that the National Secular Society is helping intactivism once again. And we also have the Jewish filmmakers documentary, Jesse's. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this. We're actually running along anyways, but it says, watch my circumcision documentary. The only part I'm going to read is all the way down here. You can look at the pictures if you want, sure. But it says, my goal is for the film to serve as a catalyst for interfaith couples and everybody to have honest conversations about a topic that's been deemed taboo for too long. Rather than accumulating in a definitive answer, the film takes pleasure in wrestling with these deep questions. What's more Jewish than that? Thank you so much for watching and exploring this journey with me. So you guys can definitely go ahead and read this if you want, and watch the film if you want. Let me know how it is. I'm not going to be watching it. It's barely in the sphere of intactivism news, I would say. But yeah, if you do watch it, let me know how it is. Let me know how it is in the comments. All right, and in Forefront news. So Forefront, they had their episode 4 titled The Epsteins All Around Us. I watched a little bit of it. I think I watched it up to here. But anyways, you guys can definitely go ahead and watch that if you want. All right, and on to the Intactivist calendar for the week. So, Your Whole Baby, they actually just got done with their Atlanta Babies and Bumps event, August 3rd, so 2 days ago. They haven't put out anything of this yet, so we'll wait for those pictures. Anyways, Your Whole Baby's going to Cleveland September 28th to go ahead and spread awareness that you can bring your whole baby home, and you can learn more by visiting babiesandbumps.com/events for details and tickets. Okay, No Circ Michigan, their Michigan March for Integrity. This is Saturday, September 13th, 2025, 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. That's 4 hours in Memorial Park, Royal Oak, Michigan. Once again, I'm pretty sure that this is a March. So this is about a month from now. Okay, so Ron Lau doing the Edinburgh Fringe, the Foreskin Diaries. So this is supposed to go until Sunday, 24th of August. However, I don't know if Ron Lau is going to be able to keep doing this. We shall see. Okay, Bloodstained Men. Their Colorado circumcision crisis protests September 21st through September 28th. There is no new updates on this yet. The schedule is to be determined. Okay, and on to the Intactivist polls for the week. So, in this poll, we have, do you want Intactivist tactics to be more radical? I was watching Carter's interview whenever I thought of this question. Forefront's tactics are a bit more radical than your mainstream typical Intactivist group, and the majority of people have said yes, that they want the Intactivist tactics to be more radical. Now, what does that really mean? I'm not 100% sure, but it does mean that Forefront might be getting a lot more followers that feel the same way that Carter does, that the Intactivist tactics should be more radical. So Forefront might grow legs, meaning that Forefront might have some supporters that really want to back them, so they can go ahead and pursue more radical tactics. Now, there's one person that says, I actually want the tactics to be less radical, but that was just a one-off and an outlier from what most Intactivists put on this poll. Once again, guys, if you don't like how this turned out, please go to my Discord and go vote, because your vote matters. And on to the fundraisers of the week. So, Foregen, their matching campaign, they made $27,167, which is 109% of their goal, which is awesome for Foregen. We already covered this. Okay, Intaction, they have raised a little bit more. They're at $7,230 of their $100,000 goal, or 7%. They've raised about almost $600 this week. That's super awesome for Intaction. I had to do quick math there. All right, so End Circumcision, support genital autonomy for all at Pride. So this is the Genital Autonomy Collective. They have not gained any new donations this week, but they're still at $1,190 raised, which is 79% of their $1,500 goal, so they are almost there. Okay, Your Whole Baby, LA's Prego Expo booth. There is no new donations in this either, but they're at $400 raised of their $4,500 goal, meaning that they are a little less than 10% of the way there. Okay, Unaltered. So this fundraiser hasn't been getting any donations for the past 5 months. This is removing circumcision-related misinformation. And also, all of my sources are telling me that Unaltered is gone ghost and quiet. Their Discord seems to be not very active. So because of these reasons, I'm going to stop reporting on this GoFundMe. So I'm getting rid of this and also their coffee until Unaltered starts coming back and showing signs of life. Of course, if you guys have an issue with that, you can go ahead and let me know down in the comments saying, no, I want to see Unaltered's fundraiser and see how well it's doing. If you want to, once again, just leave that in the comments and I can bring it back, I suppose. Now, Gaudaf, they have raised no new funds, it seems, for their Circumcision is Not Healthcare. It's a custom, help support gender equality. They're at $28,549 of their $35,000 goal, so they're about $6,500 off, or about 80% of the way there. Okay, so Intact Global's fight against genital mutilation. They are 85% of their $50,000 goal, and they have no new donations this week, which is interesting because typically Intact Global gets some kinds of donations every single week, but they seem to be slowing. But, however, they have $42,365 raised, and you can go ahead and add that in to their Intact Global Oregon litigation effort of $390. So, Intact Global's doing pretty good, but it seems like there's no new donations on this donorbox.org fundraiser. Okay, Prevail over the system. As you see, we have raised over 121% of our $2,000 goal for Intactivist ads. So definitely stand by for us to start doing this very soon. Also, guys, once again, you know that CareBuzz and the POTS e-commerce program, it's free to do. You can learn how to do it on my Discord. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse too much, but once again, it's free to do. It just takes some time, like maybe 5 minutes out of your day if you go ahead and shop on like eBay or something. And it's getting 7x matched if you do shop through eBay through POTS. All right, and on to the Intactivism growth for the week. So, Bloodstained Men was at 7,229 followers last week. This week, the Bloodstained Men is at 7,243 followers, or a 14-person gain, or a 0.19% increase for the week. Bloodstained Men making decent gains this week for Intactivism, actually about the same gains they made last week. All right, guys, that's all what I have for the news. Don't forget about watching Why Does Dan Bollinger Think This Is a Bad Idea? And also Jason's Part 2 interview. Please like and share to get this out to more people, and thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.
We rise through precision, uplift transition, reboot the mission. No fear, no fiction. vision's the difference.